This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. So, welcome to episode 1 of the best home screen setups, the brand new series where we deep dive into the home screen setups sent in by you. We have 3 brand new setups to be featured in today's episode, all of which were voted in by those who follow me over on Twitter. So if you want to have a say in the setups featured in future episodes, make sure you follow me over there using the link down below. But with that out of the way, let's cue the setups. So first up today, we have a 2-page Nova Launcher setup sent in by Hamid from the Android Output. A really vibrant and creative looking setup, this one, so well worth a look. Let's start with the backdrop. This is an amazingly vivid and eye-catching wallpaper that comes from the Papers wallpaper application, although the link has also been sent through directly, which is great. On this first page, up the top, we have a super clean day and time widget taken from the Waffle for KWGT widget pack. This one is widget 21 to be exact. I love the design of this one, and I've set it up to launch into the calendar application upon tapping it. Down to the bottom portion of this first page, and here we have 4 application icons, each of which are using icons from the Enix icon pack. And then at the very bottom, we have a music player widget called Architism, and this is taken from the Cheesecake for KWGT widget pack. However, the colors have been altered so they look like what you can see here. Swiping over to page 2, and here we have a very simple layout, 9 application icons in a 3x3 configuration, each of which are using icons from the Resits V2 icon pack, which I think looks really nice. And they're all sitting on a self-made box widget, which has been sent through directly and linked below, which is great. Finally, swiping into the app drawer presents us with a fairly simple 4x3 layout. The background is transparent, allowing us to see that super neat backdrop. But that's really all there is to it for setup number 1. So on to setup number 2. Right, so kicking straight into setup 2, this is a black and white single page Nova Launcher setup sent in by Christian. Super eye-catching, no doubt, lots of elements included throughout as well. So let's take a look at each of the different components that make up this setup. Starting with that black and white backdrop, this comes directly from the Unsplash website, linked below. And of course, this is largely what gives us this monochrome colorway. We've got some good texture in the middle there with that mountain, and a good amount of space on the top and bottom with the sky and fog elements, making great backdrops for the widgets and icons that are being used. Up the top, we have a customized day, time, and date widget taken from the Huck for KWGT widget pack. This is widget 98 if you're looking for it, and the colors have been adjusted to black, so keep that in mind. I've also got that one set up to launch into the calendar application upon tapping it. And then below that, on top of the mountain, we have what are actually 3 separate widgets. So the top music player widget is taken from the Wolfie for KWGT widget pack. Widget 104 is the one to look for there. And below that is a customized welcome message, which is a font taken from the Watermelon for KWGT widget pack. And then finally, below that is a customized slab of weather-related text, and this has been taken from the Fuchsia for KWGT widget pack. It's a lot to take in. It can take a while to set up, but it looks great once you've done so. And then finally, down the bottom, we have a dock of 5 app icons. The 4 on the sides are actually folder icons, and in the middle is an app shortcut to the phone application. But each of these icons have been manually set up so that they're using one of the app drawer icons from the Glim Dark icon pack. Beyond that, the app drawer has a dark and fairly monochromatic look to it to match what we see on the home screen. That's it for this setup, super visually appealing. Okay, so before we press on to the third and final setup for today's episode, I just wanted to quickly mention today's sponsor, Squarespace. Now, before Squarespace had even reached out to sponsor my channel, I had actually already set up and designed my own website using their service, which you can see at samuelbeckman.com. So for the longest time, I've been meaning to set up a landing page for all of my social accounts and with a message for potential clients as well. And after doing a fair bit of research, it was obvious that Squarespace was the way to go. They have by far the best looking templates, which are also really easy to customize as well. And you can even install multiple templates onto your site and switch between them to make sure you've got a design that you're really happy with. What's great is that each template also automatically includes a built-in mobile version as well, which is super important given how many people browse the internet on their phones these days. They also have an inbuilt online store and e-commerce service, which is something I'm definitely interested in setting up and using in the future. I personally found the website setup process really easy, and I'm certainly no web developer or coder by any stretch of the imagination, so I reckon you'll find it really easy as well. But if you do need more help, then you also have access to their award-winning 24/7 customer service as well. So if you're looking to make your own website, then definitely head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch your website, then visit squarespace.com/Sam Beckman to save 10% off your first website or domain. Okay, on to setup number 3. So then for our last setup for today, we've got our very first non-Nova Launcher submission. This is a beautifully designed dark home screen that's been set up using Launchair version 2. It's been sent in by Malind. So let's take a look at what makes this setup work. All right, starting with that wallpaper. This really nice planet-themed backdrop comes from a series of walls designed by a graphic designer over on Twitter, link below, but it really does give this minimal yet visually stunning look to the entire setup. We've got that accent of red in the middle there, but then empty negative black space on the top and bottom, which is perfect for our icons and widgets. And so speaking of widgets, up the top is a widget taken from the Waffle for KWGT widget pack, widget 25 to be precise. This one gives us a welcome message along with the date, a weather update, and a couple of shortcuts that launch into the app drawer and camera app respectively. I've also set up the top portion of that widget to launch into the calendar application, and as well as that, both the welcome message and the background of the app's icon have had their colors customized to match the overall theme, as you can see here. Down the bottom, we have a dock of 5 application icons. Now, I'm not actually 100% sure where Malind got his from. He didn't tell me in his email, but I found that using icons from the Linebit Light icon pack matched his pretty close to perfectly, so that's what you're seeing here. Aside from that, launching into the app drawer shows us that we are running with a dark theme here. The accent color has been set up to match the colorway on show throughout the rest of the setup, and icons in the app drawer are taken from the Enix icon pack. But that's it for this setup. Great to see such a solid submission from a launcher that isn't Nova Launcher. And that is it for episode 1 of this brand new series. As always, I've got links to everything down in the notes below, including social accounts for the people who had their setups featured in today's episode. So make sure you go and show them some love by following them using the links down below. If you're interested in having your own setup featured in this series, then the submission video has been linked below, as well as a deep dive how-to video that unpacks how to start customizing and creating your own unique home screen setup. So again, if you want to be featured in this series, then check out both of those videos below. As well as that, let me know which of the setups featured in today's episode was your favorite by voting in the poll over on the side or by letting me know down in the comments below. But that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed episode 1. Plenty more to come, so stay tuned. But aside from that, I will catch you later.